Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing one of my best teams ever in all of my Go Battle League history. This is an incredible team featuring the Escavalier Dragonite core, which everybody knows of now, with especially with the addition of Premier Classic being around. It's just such a good core. And we're going to have Crobat in the back. We're going to be running an ABB double flyer team with Escavalier, Crobat, and Dragonite. And this team did so well for me. I think I went like 39-1 or something like that in like 8 sets, which was absolutely wild. And I climbed 258 points in 2 days. It is currently 10:40 when I'm recording this on Monday, September 26th, and my grind started yesterday at 11 in the morning. So over the span of like not even 48 hours, I'm 250 points higher than I was, just with an absolutely incredible climb. So we're going to be showcasing battles here. They have a Crobat lead, which is really bad for me, and they actually come into Obstagoon. This is the first set of me running this team. So I'm at a lot lower of a ranking, but also I'm still learning the team, and these battles aren't as high level as the ones that will be progressing later in the video. After the first set, we jump up like 200 points to 2 of my last sets, so the skill cap gets a lot higher. The videos that are in the dark are videos in the 2700s. This one is still me finishing my grind to hit veteran. So I climbed all the way from 2488 to 2746 in 2 days. And tomorrow I'm going to be jetting for expert, and not only expert, but leaderboards, because leaderboards currently, the rank 500th person in the world is at 2760 rating as of about an hour ago. It's not going to fluctuate that much. So a 3-2 or 2 3-2s, or maybe a 4-1 will definitely get me there. A 3-2 might, 2 3-2s will. But I'm pretty much there. Like, I'm peeking through the door of leaderboards, and I've never been a leaderboard player in my life, so having that title would be really cool. We're going to take that game against a double normal team and hop into the next match. I'm kind of talking through these battles because these are the less exciting ones, but this is an exciting game because we have a tough lead with Sneasler. They're able to hit me with the close combat for neutral. Everything I'm hitting against him is resisted except for the drill run, which is super effective, but they can shield it and outpace me to their moves. So I throw the Dragon Claw here because I think they come into Gallade, which is interesting. And I'm not going to be able to get to the next move here, so this is a pretty tough position we're in, and they're going to be hitting me for super effective with these confusions. So they actually throw out bad timing. They let me get a free fast move through. They can only throw double resisted moves, so I'm just going to let it go and farm down. And they're going to get to another one. This is okay, because I can still come out of here alive with a move and shield advantage. So this Sneasler is going to be not in the best position, and they're probably going to have to... Okay, they let the Shadow Ball go, and then we have Trevenant in the back. Can Escavalier beat Trevenant up a shield? Escavalier up a shield, that is. Wow, I can't talk today. We'll see. The Mega Horn goes through, and at this point, we're in a good spot. We can just double shield and likely farm down because the Mega Horn did a lot of damage, and I mean, if they shielded it, I would have gone to the second one, so it's fine. We're going to be able to take this game. They bait me here, which is fine. I can just counter them down, and that's going to be a GG. So hopping into the next game, we have Escavalier into Sylveon. This is a pretty good lead. Crobat beats it as well, so I'm really hoping that they want to swap out here and that I can come into my Dragonite. And they actually have Quick Attack, which my view on Quick Attack is kind of like John Kiss's view on Quick Attack Sylveon. I like it as a safe swap in a double fairy team. I don't like it as a lead. I like Charm Sylveon as a lead. I don't like Quick Attack Sylveon as a lead because it's flexible, but you want it to trap poison types that might be switching into you. So Quick Attack Sylveon as a safe swap is good, but as a lead, I think Charm is just better. It's just so much more oppressive. But they finally switch into Swampert. And now we're in a really good spot because I can align my Dragonite with it, get it out of the game against the Sylveon, and I can take this extra Hydro, which ensures the Sylveon can't get too much farm. I'm actually hoping that they take me out. I'm pretty sure. Because then I can just come down. I don't really care about Switch because I have 2 answers to Sylveon. And then I can just farm down with Crobat. I think I undercharged perfectly. Oh, barely. If I would have just tapped like 3 more bubbles with my Dragonite, I would have been fine. And they have Walrein in the back. This is a little bit tough. I'm going to throw the Drill Run into Sylveon. They're probably going to let it go. But they do have a lot of energy, so they could shield as well. They're going to let it go. And I'm going to go for the farm down. I really hope they're not at 2 moves. 1 Side Shot comes through, and that counter actually kills them, which is awesome. So now I can try and get to 2 Drill Runs. I thought I had shield here. Ooh, and the Ice Spear is going to kill me. Yeah, so that's a tough game. I had really good alignment, but they had Walrein in the back, which is very tough. And quite the common theme that you might be seeing in today's video. A lot of people in the Ultra Premier Classic at a lot of elo ranges are running Walrein in the back. I haven't seen a lot of Walrein leads, so this team on paper doesn't seem like it would get a lot of wins, but it just does, and I don't know why. Muck lead might seem good because their poison jabs are double resisted and you have super effective moves, but they actually can take you out in 2 Dark Pulses, and they outpace, I think, or maybe it's a CMP to the second one, but they have the Thunder Punch bait potential, and the poison jabs honestly do the same amount of damage as the counters. They have Walrein here. That's why I have Dragonite as a safe swap. Dragonite is a safe swap, lures out those Walreins. You have the potential to threaten them with superpower. An experienced battler with Walrein would know that a regular Walrein can tank a superpower very well, and that's why I actually think regular Walrein is better in this meta. But Shadow, it gets a little dicey. But yeah, an experienced Walrein player would know that you can live a superpower. So most of them don't shield the Dragonite and just farm them down, but then that's why you have Escavalier to clean it up. And then you just pray that Crobat can sweep in the back. Crobat is a really, really, really underrated closer in my opinion, and I'm kind of surprised more people aren't using it, especially in the higher elo ratings, because it's just so good. There's a lot of teams that are double weak to flying, and Crobat just tears them apart. You know, Trevenant's really common in this meta. Heracross is here and there. I've seen a lot of Toxicroak and Walrein teams, and Escavalier can kind of sweep sometimes, and Crobat has a lot of play in the back if you can lure out the Walrein. But it's just good. I don't know why more people aren't using it. So that's kind of my breakdown of the team. It's ABB team. You're wanting to save swap Dragonite to get those Walreins out. I really haven't been seeing a lot of double fairy teams, hardly at all. And I really haven't been seeing a lot of Charmers in the back either. Most of the responses to my Dragonite are either neutral or they're Walrein. And that's why Dragonite with superpower is just really strong. And I think it might actually be better to run Shadow Dragonite on this team. I don't have a Shadow Dragonite. I have a rank 1 non-Shadow, and that's why I'm running non-Shadow. But I think Shadow could actually be better. Anyways, we have an Alolan Muck here. It's good. And now I'm going to come into Heracross. I think I got alignment there. I was kind of commentating over this video, so I'm not very sure. But Heracross can still hit Dragonite with Rock Blast, which is a little bit threatening. I let one go. I live it. And at this point, I'm trying to get to another one. I'm not able to. I'm going to shield it just so I can get the rest of this Dragon Breath damage off. If I can farm down Heracross before they get to another move, which I don't think is going to happen, then I would have been able to threaten the Alolan Muck. I'm just hoping that I can get enough to where 2 Drill Runs would KO, but I top left because I just wouldn't have enough energy. They would have been able to get to a Dark Pulse here. And now we hit Veteran, and now we jump up to the 2700 elo games. This is where it starts to get spicy. Sit back, relax, or get up at the edge of your chair because these are some crazy battles. Starting with Alolan Muck lead. Kingdra safe switch is a little bit rough, and I play every single one wrong. In this video, which I think is just 2, I don't get debuffed, but I barely farmed them down. That matchup is very IV dependent, and there's been times where I've lost the ones when I've had a health advantage going into the match. But they come back in, or I guess it was Nidoqueen. I don't think it was Alolan Muck in the lead. Yeah, and because they have Jellicent now, a little bit rough, but now I can come in with Crobat, and we're in a decent spot. Sorry, I had to get water there. It's a classic. It's a classic. I haven't brought it back in a long time, but I used to drink water in my commentaries, like back in the day when I actually got views. I'm kind of bringing back a classic here. I think we're far enough into the video where the only people that are still watching are the ones that are committed. So if you're still watching, comment something cool. Thank you for watching this far. Most people stop watching like 3-4 minutes into my battles, but you guys are the OGs, and I appreciate y'all more than the other viewers. Anyways, they come back in Nidoqueen after the Jellicent gets low, and so they're able to, or they just give me the ability to Shadow Ball them to let my switch timer come up and hit him with the Drill Run and then take him out. I think the Jellicent's low enough to where I can counter it down. They probably get to a Bubble Beam here, and they are. I think this is a Bubble Beam. And if it's a Shadow Ball, 1 Air Slash just takes him out. And actually, Jellicent just, even the non-XL, is tanky. Survives 3 counters at that health range. I was kind of shocked. But we have the Crobat in the back, so we take this game. And now we have another Sylveon lead. I think this one actually has Charm, but I'm not sure because they bring in Swampert. And this is better. Shadow Swampert is actually way better for Dragonite because now I can actually take 2 Hydros or a Sludge Wave. I can get this Dragon Claw through. I either get a shield advantage or I take them out. I actually undercharge this because I want them to throw this Hydro. I want them to get me low, and then I want to be able to take them out right before they get to their next Hydro. Let's see how that turns out, and that was perfect. That was improvision. I improvised that entire sequence, and it just came out perfectly. Exactly how I wanted it to be. We're able to get the superpower through to get a little bit of chip on Sylveon. They only get 1 charm through, and now they come in and Empoleon and just top left because I can come back into the Excadrill or Escavalier, and they know that the game is over. We have another Kanto Muck lead. It's really awkward for this team, and actually, weirdly enough, this is one of those semi-positive leads where I actually lose a lot of matchups where my opponents have Kanto Muck in the lead. It's a really good core breaker. It does well against Crobat because it has the Thunder Punch and it resists Poison Fang. It does decently against Dragonite just because Dragonite doesn't have good stat product. And then it does decent against Escavalier. Escavalier is actually the best matchup for Muck, but this is an ABB team, so you can't be comfortable barely winning the lead, even if you have like semi-uncomfortable matchups in back. That's why sometimes if they stay in, I'll come in and try and catch a move on Dragonite just so I can bait something out. And if I can catch a move on Dragonite, there's sometimes where they can bring in Walrein and I can get to a superpower. And a lot of Mucks have Walrein in the back. So that's just a tough matchup only because of their back lines. And that's why I really don't like Muck leads. We actually shield up the Earthquake here. They're going to throw a move. I don't really know if shielding that was the best idea because now this Dark Pulse gets me low. I can farm down the Muck. Oh, can I? Yeah, barely. And then now, does the Walrein have enough health to get to a move? No, they come into Snorlax though, and I think they do. I think that the Walrein is healthy enough in the back to where this game is just over. So we're probably going to lose here, but let's see how the rest of this match plays out. So Snorlax throws a Body Slam here. We're going to get this Poison Fang through. I just think the Walrein's got too much health. Are we going to even get to this Poison Fang? Barely able to get to the Poison Fang. I think it's a CMP. And at this point, I just have 2 low health Pokemon. And yeah, their Walrein has some health left, which means they're going to be able to counter me down. So unfortunate game there. Going to take a loss, but still, I think 2-1 in the set. So there's possibilities for a good set. And now we have Shadow Muck. I don't really know how I feel about Shadow Muck. I think I like Shadow Muck better than regular Muck against my Escavalier because the Drill Run is more oppressive. It's more likely to bait out a shield, and I still can tank any one move. So since they shield here, I actually shield a move from them, and it is a bait, which is kind of bad. And at this point, I can let another move go. They do Thunder Punch again. Dark Pulse would do a lot more, and they come into their Walrein. I think that's a big mistake because they're going to take these moves, and I'm actually going to get to another Drill Run. I can live this Icicle Spear with ease, and I'm going to be able to get to another move, and I probably should be Mega Horning here, but I throw the Drill Run. I think either one KOs, but it's okay. I'm going to farm them down. This actually gives me a little bit less health on Escavalier, which is good, because then their Muck would not be farming me down. They have Trevenant in the back, which is pretty good. The Walrein Trevenant core, everybody knows it's super good. And this team does pretty well against it. If you can just align the Walrein onto the Escavalier, then you're in a good spot. They actually come in and Shadow Ball me, which is kind of rough. If I called that bait, I'd be in a really good spot. But now it's a little dicey again. I need to be able to catch a move or take out this Muck with some residual energy or health. I need to be able to take a Shadow Ball, or I need to come out here with a lot of energy. So I'm throwing this move, just hoping that I can either catch or farm down. I do neither, and I think this is fate here now. They can get to a Seed Bomb. They have they have a shield still though. So I need to farm them down. Am I able to farm them down? I catch finally. That's what I needed as a win con. I catch the Seed Bomb, and now we're able to take them out. I think a Seed Bomb from that range that Crobat was at would have been able to kill. So we take that match. What a crazy game. And now we have Dragonite. Another very, very tough lead for this team. I'm going to switch into my own. Some Dragonites have Walreins lurking in the back. Some don't. With their one-turn energy lead, they're going to be able to outpace me to a Dragon Claw. With my IVs, though, I might be able to farm them down anyway. But now we have Magnezone, and I'm going to bait a move here. They do shield the Dragon Claw, which is good. Now I'm going to go for the Superpower, and they barely outpace me to a Wild Charge. I'm not even going to worry about it now because they would take my second shield, and they would just shield the next move I throw and outpace me again, so I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to come in Escavalier now, load up on energy, and I'm going to be able to counter them down after expending a shield on the Wild Charge. Now, again, we're in a kind of a difficult spot because the Dragonite can just shield the Mega Horn, but they have their own Escavalier in the back. Excuse the Ghetto Gronk post, greatest NFL meme page of all time. They have their own Escavalier, which is actually kind of bad for me because I want the Crobat aligned onto it. I'm fine with their Dragonite coming into me with such an energy lead, but I fail to catch again, and this is just bad. I need to farm them down. I'm just going to try to go for a Poison Fang here. I get the Poison Fang off. They need to get 2 moves against me, which I think they're at least at 1.5. And the Poison Fang actually kills, so this is game over. They wouldn't even been able to get to 2 moves, so more comfortable than I might have thought. And we take that game as well for a nice, juicy 4-1 set. GG. We are at 27. What is that? I forget. 27, 24? Actually, not entirely sure. But now we have the wildest 2 games I've ever played in my life. The first one, Toxicroak, they have an ice water, but it's actually Lapras this time. I'm going to bait them because usually they like to shield the superpowers, but no. They go crazy. They let it go. Now I'm going to go for the superpower so I can at least get a shield. But they let it go, and Dragonite takes back switch against the Lapras. Have you ever heard that in your life? Dragonite takes back switch against Lapras. You heard that right. And now they come back in with their Toxicroak. I can align my Croagunk on it, or not my Croagunk, that's my Crobat. Croagunk is the pre-evolved form of Toxicroak. And this game is basically over, unless they have just the most massive core breaker against Crobat and Escavalier, but they don't, and that is a GG. This next battle is maybe the wildest win you will have ever seen in your life. Heracross lead, bad lead, but on top of the bad lead, you're watching this at real time. This is what I'm experiencing in this entire battle. Do you see how little Dragon Breaths I'm getting through? I got like 7 Dragon Breaths through in the time it took for them to get to a Rock Blast. And now they're going to come in Snorlax. No matter what they do, they're going to take Switchback. They're going to let the Superpower go, which is okay. And they're going to throw, which is just psychotic. They could have farmed me down so easily. And the lag continues. The lag continues. So now instead of their Snorlax having a bunch of energy to throw, they are energy dry. I can come in and counter them down. Right? But look how laggy. And they get to another move. My counters are coming through so slowly that they're going to get to another move, which they should have never gotten to in their life. But on top of all that, they have Trevenant in the back. And I'm going to be able to core break them. I'm going to just spam out Poison Fangs. This one's coming through. Going to get shielded. The next one probably going to get let go. And this Air Slash damage is just so oppressive. I shield last second because I'm a wimp. They Seed Bomb bait me, which I was considering letting go. But at this point, I can throw a Poison Fang. If they want a double shield, I can just farm down. Get to a Shadow Ball in the back against the Heracross. But they throw a Seed Bomb. Luckily, they got lucky again. And they shouldn't have got that Seed Bomb through, but they do. And then they come back in Heracross and they just top left. We win that game after all that lag because Crobat core broke their backline. Not their backline, but their ABA weak to Crobat. And Crobat just sweeps. And that's the power of ABB teams. Another Dragonite lead, very bad. This one actually has Walrein. I'm going to throw it the CMP tie, hoping... No, I'm not actually. I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw, and I play this matchup really badly. Really, really, really badly. Because I go for the Dragon Claw. And they shield. So if I would have gone for the Superpower, I wouldn't have been able to get to another move anyway. And they would have gotten less farm. So I just play that as stupidly as I can. I should have gone straight for the Superpower without even hesitating. And then they would have gotten so much less farm. But look at this. They get to the Earthquake, right? They throw 5 more. So I'm like, okay, there's no way they're at a second Earthquake. And somehow they're at a second Earthquake. So yeah, all that farm that I let their Walrein get was about as punishing as it could have possibly been. If I superpowered and let them kill me as quickly as I possibly could, I would have been able to counter them down before they got to that second Earthquake, and my Escavalier would be at full health, and this matchup would not be as over as it is right now. And on top of that, they have a Snorlax in the back, so I would have had a lot of play. They have a double weak to fighting team in the back, and I have a fighter in the lead, which their anti-fighter was lined up against the whole game. So this game is over. Yeah, it is over. And we're going to take another heartbreaking loss. I think this team that I'm running, as crazy as it might sound, would work well as an ABA flyer team. Because if you throw probably Dragonite in the lead, maybe Crobat, but I think you put Dragonite in the lead. It's able to catch more neutral leads, only weak to the Charmers. And then you have 2 answers to Charmers in the back. And then if you have a good lead, like all the Toxicroak teams, just lose because their Walrein is always going to be getting aligned to your Escavalier. And then most of those teams have Trevenant in the back or Snorlax, which Crobat can just destroy. So I make an oopsie here, and I accidentally queue up into the Open Ultra League. We have a favorable lead, so everything's going well so far. Green at lead is very good for me. Giratina safe switch is a little bit difficult for this Premier team. Crobat has a little bit of play against it. Dragonite has some decent play. I'm going to shield up the Dragon Claw, and I'm actually going to... I was trying to throw this one Dragon Breath earlier, but this actually ends up being a CMP, which is best case for me. So I accidentally make the right play. And now I have shield advantage. I'm going to let this Dragonite go because now I can just KO the Giratina in one move. So I'm going to farm up to 100 energy, and I'm going to throw a Drill Run. They make a nice catch onto Greedent, but now they gave me back alignment, so I don't really understand. And on top of that, they don't even throw their move immediately. They actually let me get to another Drill Run, which is going to kill them. And then they're going to immediately come back in Giratina, which gives them no time to recover their switch clock, which means I can just get to this Drill Run, take out the Giratina, and then Crobat has a shield advantage for whatever's in the back. So this game is looking really good, even though I accidentally queued up into the wrong league. And yeah, they have a Charm Ninetales, which is really good for me. And this game might have been closer if they had a Powder Snow Ninetales, but I'd be able to live a Weather Ball anyway. So we're just going to throw the second Poison Fang. I'm just going to shield this just to be safe. I would have lived a Weather Ball at this range, though. We're just going to throw the second Poison Fang and win this game as soon as I can. And it's actually going to kill, so GG there. We're going to take that game, and we're looking pretty good. I think 2-0 to start, or 2-1 right now in the set, or 1-1. But we need a 4-1 to get to Expert here. If you've been paying attention to what I've been saying earlier, you know the outcome already. But so here's an interesting match. They have a Toxicroak lead, which I'm like, okay, well, almost every Toxicroak lead I've seen has a Walrein in the back. So I switch my Dragonite, getting ready to play out the matchup. I think what I'm going to start doing is just throwing the superpower right away against Walreins. If they want to no-shield it, that's fine. I can just go down to shield and counter down, get an energy lead for the Toxicroak, and actually play out an okay matchup. But they have Oranguru, which allows me to get back switch advantage. And now they have Charizard, which actually would have been better against the Dragonite safe swap. And it would have given Oranguru a much better matchup against my backline. So they come into the wrong thing, and this is going to cost them the game. I don't have an answer for anything on their team with the Escavalier, and I think their MO here was that they were going to just trap Escavalier and just get their bad Escav matchup out of the way, but it actually ends up being horrible for them because now this Crobat has the ability to sweep. We're going to watch the rest of this match play out. I'm going to go for the Poison Fang. This is going to get the debuff. If it gets a shield, I'm in a good spot. They let it go, so their Charizard's in the red now, and I'm just going to farm this Toxicroak all the way down. They're going to get to a move. Sludge Bomb would actually be doing a lot more damage, but they throw the Mud Bomb, trying to maybe get a shield. And now I can live this Sludge Bomb with ease. I think if they double Sludge Bombed, this game's looking a lot differently. But now I can just throw the double Poison Fang, and this game is going to be won just like that because my opponent goofed and kind of sold the game there. So a game that I might not have probably won most times, but we win that one, so I'll take it. We have a Nidoqueen lead. This is good. I'm actually going to I'm going to wait for them to maybe catch, but they don't catch, so I'm going to throw this Drill Run. They let it go, which is good, and now I'm just going to let them move. Oh, no, I'm going to shield because I feel like shield advantage is huge here. And now I'm going to over-farm, and they over-farm, and so I try and snipe them with Dragonite, but they're very quick on their feet. And they come in with Gyarados, and I'm going to get the shield, a Shadow Gyarados, yeah. So that's kind of smart for them to shield, and I'm going to try and farm down, but they're counting very well. So this opponent's playing a good game here. They're going to go for the Aqua Tail just to make sure that I don't get this next Dragon Claw through. And now I can throw this Mega Horn. If the Gyarados wants to shield, I have shield advantage, and if they want to let it go, then I have my Crobat at full health and a healthy Escav as well. Their Nidoqueen comes back in, so I'm assuming this is an Earth Power, so I'm going to shield. Let's see what they have in the back. It is an Obstagoon, which I haven't talked about yet in this video. And if you've made it this far, you get the joy of hearing why Obstagoon has nowhere to run against this team. You have two Flyers, which resist the counters. Crobat actually double resists the counters, and you have the Poison Fang spam to absolutely just destroy the Obstagoon. Dragonite has superpower, which is double super effective, which one-shots an Obstagoon, and you're resisting the counters. And then Escav, which takes neutral and has double super effective counters. So I don't think I've ever lost against an Obstagoon team, and that's kind of a reason why I have this team. But Obstagoon has not been near as common as I've been assuming it would be. And so this team, again, hasn't been living up to its full potential. And I say that after gaining 250 points in 2 days with the team. I think the potential with this team is unmatched, but the meta with the Ultra Premier Classic right now is kind of weird because there's a lot of Heracross, Toxicroak, and Muck leads, and they almost all have Walrein in the back. Again, we see a matchup here with the Walrein Trevenant core. I throw the superpower immediately this time, giving them one turn to throw in between. They shield it up, of course, but I want them to kill me as soon as possible because I have... I want the Walrein to have less energy for my Escavalier. Now they actually make a nice bait here, and I'm going to let this one go. And I think it's still a spear, and I think it kills me. Yeah, so I'm not in a good spot at all. And this game is lost. There's nothing I can do. They have the Trevenant in the back, but Trevenant has play against Crobat. And now, I mean, they're even up a shield, so this game is going to be over, and we lose our last match. This battle was to get to expert and potentially leaderboards, but of course that's not what I get, and I leave myself and all of you fans on a cliffhanger. Next video that I upload, which will most likely come out in a few days, is going to be part 2. This is like a TV show. I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. So here's the 3-2 where I get ever so close to expert rank. And I catch the Ralts. I get an excellent throw because I'm cool. It's a 10 defense, so I transfer it. And look at this, 27-46. I'm so close, and I'm so nervous because I've never been this close to leaderboards before. I know it's going to refresh at 3 p.m. tomorrow, my time. So while I'm at work, I'm going to be on the Pokemon Go player leaderboards. If I get enough eload where I feel like I would be in the leaderboard range. And I'm going to be checking to see where I am on the leaderboards because this is just so important to me that I need to know. And I need to get there first, but I need to know because I've never been on leaderboards before. This is crazy to me. A lot of people flex being on leaderboards like it's nothing because they're just really good players. This is huge for me and something that I've been very much looking forward to since I started playing this game. Legend was kind of first, and then it was leaderboards. So I'll let you know. I'm going to be updating you guys, of course. Don't worry. But you're going to be on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So kind of exciting. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, of course, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, guys. Peace.